Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. Welcome to Daytona International Speedway here for the minute. There we go. We have reconnection with the stream. I don't know what is cold and fiber optic do not go very well together. So I'm very sorry. I'm recording the race also just for that upload there too. So this race is being recorded. I'm hoping that it's just something. It's got to be something just random. I don't know what it could be with this internet, but they're about done with their qualifying. They have about not long really in their qualifying. They have about a minute left in that. Can't change the bit rate right now because of me doing the stream. So I may have a chance to change that. I'll wait to do that. I will try to keep an eye on it just to make sure that it's up on the stream. I'm sorry about this. Cold weather and fiber optic again don't go very well together apparently. They don't like each other too much. But I don't know what lap the stage is at because of people's points. So points are something that you'll see Sim Racer Hub is commonly associated with as points on basically everything. Literally at Sim Racer, there's points somewhere. Sim Racer is probably right there at it. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. There are, 21, 2, 3, 4, 27 drivers registered for this race. One of them's going to be race control, so we can count him off. And because I want to, that's what happens to all race control. They get kind of left out on the end of it. So we'll post this SDK link, which for some reason posted and then decided, hey, I'm not going to post for you anymore on it. I was wondering why I did not have any overlay. That is not the right server number. This is the right server number here. Note to self, do not try to refresh your SDK when you get into a race, because that's just going to mess with everything else. But I will go over the starting order here right now. So first, whenever this does pop back up on our screen, it's Adam Matz, Jeff Yesnike. Hope I'm not butchering your name. Hunter Watts, Jerry Cochran, William Kemp, Chuck Sweeting, Tyler Seville, Ryan Polking, 9th, Garrett Johnson, 10th, Jesse Bunnell, 11th, Todd Cray, 12th, Kevin Dick, 13th, Jason Mullins, 14th, Gary May, 15th, Patrick DeSaulner, 16th, Levi Poland, 27th, Troy Hayden, 18th, Richard Fletcher, 19th, Larry Brunner, 20th, Dwayne Hunt, 21st, Joshua Greenlaw, 22nd, Troy Radford, 23rd, Mark Jenkins, 24th, Matt Kopp, 25th, Logan Stover, 26th, Adam Benefield. I'm going to add another link here just to be completely sure. We'll see them on the pit road Sydney, I'm going to wait for everybody to get in here, give them all a paint refresh after that then, because if you try to kind of rush it sometimes, it won't really work too well for it. Found that out before. It wasn't very fun. I did not think about that. That's why I didn't have a room name for this at all. You know, sorry about this, y'all. This normally does not happen. They'll roll off here. I'll give them all a paint refresh. You will see some of their paint schemes pop in a little bit differently. Stage is lap 20. Thank you for telling me that. Glad you told me that. I wouldn't have figured that out on my own. I would have been searching for a while to figure that out. And I'm trying to get you all a room here. Nothing is wanting to pop up for me, so I'm actually going to, I can do editor mode. I can do studio mode, only to a certain point. These cars, though, they're Xfinity cars, so I don't know how much of a beating these can take. I think they can take actually a little bit more damage than the older cars could. The older ones were kind of flimsy, more or less. You get hit, and it's kind of like, well, race is over at that point for us. We can't really do much. I'm going to paste both of these links in here. It's where hopefully one of these will end up working for me. I'm very sorry for this. This normally does not happen for me, but Pace Car is going to pull off here. The 9 of Matt will lead them to green. Sparta will have the flag in his hand. And green flag is in the air. We are underway here. As there we go, we have that pulled up now. That decided to pop back up in the middle of the race. That's not what I really wanted it to, but there it goes. Again, I'm very, very sorry for that. You will see the logos for these sponsors up in the top left corner there. But Matt, he will maintain the lead for just a little bit here. Going to get a bump draft from behind. Up in the top line. 989, the 7, the 72, the 75 are all nose to tail right now. These guys are going to be nose to tail pretty much till basically the end of the race. They're not going to move off of each other. Let's see if anybody else came in a little bit later. Just doing some more paint refreshes. That's just to be safe in case one of them did come in and I didn't see their paint. Because I have done that a couple of times where I don't realize that they came in a little bit later. But that 89 is getting a shove from the 72. Getting a pretty decent shove up to the front, and hopefully he's going to maintain that spot. He may just stay in that. Yeah, he's probably just going to stay in that top line. '72 is going to look like he thought about coming with him for just a second. I don't think it's too much of a thought. Again, so lap 20 is when I believe I was told that the Stage will come out. Yes, Stage is lap 20, so 20, you're going to see everybody come down. Is that a Pickles car? Hunter, what in the... Yeah, that car just says Pickles for no reason. Okay, whatever. Some people like to have some weird cars. Nothing wrong with that at all. All these guys. Somebody just shot out there. That's the 3. I don't know if he got put out there on his own or put out there, or if he went out there on his own, but looks like he's just going to stay low. That's a throwback to Dale Earnhardt when he used to run early in his career. Wrangler paint scheme all the time. Everybody thinks it. Everybody is very reminiscent of Dale Earnhardt. You bring him up at all, and it's like everybody just kind of thinks back of that time with him. I was a Gordon fan growing up. Earnhardt died 2 years before I died, so did not get to watch him. But this is just going to be basically who stays in line with each other the longest is what this is going to end up being. Nobody's going to move out. You're going to see them basically stay like this for the foreseeable future until that caution, until that stage break comes out. These cars, though, the Chevys are not as pointed as they used to be. The Chevys, they used to have a really, really horrible disadvantage that if you got on the back of somebody, it was pointed in a way that you'd basically just spin them off your nose. I mean, you couldn't do it at all, which was really annoying, but that's just how it was. I think they're actually a little bit flatter than what they were, but these are kind of Parker Kligerman. He talked about it during one of his podcasts. I don't watch podcasts. Like, you can pay me to watch the podcast, but he talked about it. He was kind of like, you know, these cars are kind of like pre-next gen era is what they're stuck in. They're still manual transmission, tires still wear, but the body of them, they actually have a reinforced body, so you can actually hit the wall and get away with some damage with them. Which that's what I like about the next gens, is you can actually, you know, get damage on the car and your race isn't over. As compared with the old gens, you get hit by a bird and or you get hit by like a pebble and your race is over. Because they were so error reliant, it drove me nuts, literally nuts. I couldn't stand it. Somebody hopped out of the throttle. I could hear it. Somebody slowed up this whole pack, and they luckily didn't run into each other. It's one thing you see with a lot of super speedway racing is when one person slows down, everybody behind them. I mean, it's just a huge accordion effect. They will almost plow into each other at that point, and you can see them plow into each other because it's just big bumper carts for basically about 5 rows back. Guys smacking each other as hard as they can, and you're wondering what is going on. But if you're the car in front, you don't really care what happens. Is that an actual drink on the side of the car? Just looking at some of the paint schemes. Like to look at some paint schemes every now and then. As we have the 3, he is nowhere near. That's not Stover. That is Jenkins. Not matching up with the number. One thing that's hard for a broadcaster in the 2's gotten stuck in the wall. He might as well stay up there. I think he realized he doesn't. He got glued to the wall. So what happens is when you get in the wall in these cars, really any car in iRacing, it basically sucks you into the wall, and you can't move. I don't know why it does that. It's really stupid. It drives me nuts. But you slow down about 20 miles an hour immediately. Not too much fun. These guys right now are running about 47 second laps. 48 right now. They slowed down a little bit. They dropped about 3/10 off the pace. No, sorry, 6/10 off the pace. But that's just these guys in a big group of cars, so I'm not too worried about them. I'm not really thinking, okay, there's going to be that much of a deal with these guys racing the way that they are. I'm not going to say it because I know that I am going to set this ads. I know these ads are going to annoy you all, so I'm going to actually change this here. Why are these... whatever, set it at a frequency. I'd love if it didn't freeze. That'd be really good too, but we'll have to... I'm going to change these ads because these are actually kind of getting on my own nerves here a little bit. They're showing up way too much for y'all. I'm going to set them to about every 20 seconds. Not 20 seconds, 20 minutes, good lord. That'd be a lot. This field is pretty split. Not really pretty split. This is one thing too. Picked up on this up kind of schedule mid-roll. 24. There we go. I'll set it to that. One thing about these cars, I was gonna say, I lost my track of thought here now. I want to change the ads for y'all so it wouldn't be showing up everywhere. See, watch these guys come off the bottom. I want to see if anybody hits it and bottoms out. These guys are staying pretty far away from the bottom. They don't want anything to do with it. That's not a bad thing. You get on the bottom. One thing too, if you hit the bottom with these cars, they're really with any of these cars, they're so low to the ground that kind of wants to drag the car with itself, and it'll kind of throw it to the side a little bit, and it can mess with the car. It gets really loose if you're not careful. You've got to be very cautious of that. It's 9 and 7. 7 was behind the 9. He looks like he's hopped up in the top line. They've just kind of fanned out here. Again, I think they realize that they have a stage coming up, so... I mean, it's early in the race, too. There's going to be a lot of give and not much take. They're really, if anybody wants in line or if they see somebody cutting down in front of them, they're probably going to give them the line. They're not going to fight hard. They don't get anything from fighting hard, so, I mean, what's the point of doing it? I mean, you've pretty much seen basically, you know, orderly top, bottom. That's just where they've been the whole entire time. Nobody's made an aggressive move to try to hop in front of somebody. I do wonder how hard these guys can shove, because I know these cars don't cool down as well. They do cool down, but early on you're not shoving, so you're probably staying off that guy's rear bumper. See, 21 to 9. The 25 looks like he's been in the bottom lane. He just disappeared there for a second. He came back. And say I was confused. I was like, where was that guy at? And then I remembered it. But I do like the 11 and the 15's paint scheme. Those are very nice looking. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 7 cars in this top line. And the top line, not top line, well, the middle line-ish at most super speedways is actually honestly kind of the preferred line that I would like to take. The reason I say that is because taking that line there is I just realized I had my gain up the whole way on my iRacing sound and didn't put my compressor on. That was my bad. I did not think about doing that. It makes it quieter when I talk. I had that disabled, didn't even think to turn that back off. Safe to a certain point, to a certain extent, really. I like the high line at most super speedways. You don't have to be near somebody, or you kind of are almost out of the way. If you're on the bottom, you're kind of trapped. If a wreck happens, you pretty much have nowhere to go, and you're basically stuck. You will get collected. Well, bottom. Well, the whole issue with the bottom is you have kind of a faster way to maneuver. You can go to the apron. There's no apron on the top line, sadly for you. The apron's the wall up there. If you hit the wall. As this top line's just kind of falling apart, though. Really don't have any organization yet, but they are coming up on that stage break, so they're gonna probably just be trying to make it to the stage break, and as soon as that happens, they really don't care anything else about it. It's just kind of a so be it moment. The 9.097 and the 89 have basically been nose to tail to a certain point. I mean, they've really not moved from each other that much. Don't expect them to. Yeah, especially this lap, you will not. Make sure I do have numbers. Yeah, it is the right paints. The 10. Who is the 10? Kevin Duck. As we have somebody that just got sent to the grass as soon as that caution came out. I don't know if he did that on his own, but I think the 7 he will win that stage. I forgot him to call the stage. It's been so long since I've called a league that has stage breaks. You think Hunter Watts he will win that stage though? Who was that went through the grass? Was that the... Yeah, that was Saulville. I think he may have gotten the boot. We're going to have to go back and look. I think he got punted through the grass because that did not look like he wanted to go through it. Yeah, they're all going to have to go catch the pace car. One thing about super speedways, go catch the pace car. It is basically probably on the backstretch right now. So you've got to go pretty fast to get to it. You got to basically drive full speed. There's no point in slowing down almost after the caution comes out because you have to go and get it. But guys just don't want to plow into each other, and that's respectable. I don't want to get grilled either. Matt, I will tell you this here. Yes, Matt, that is not yours. That is on me. It's going through. When it goes up, when the stream is finished, you'll be able to go straight through this, and there's going to be no freezes on it. You're not missing anything. The stream's catching up. Everybody's going to come down. Or the stream is catching up to it. So You're not missing any of the actual race. It may look like it, but you're not, because it just picks up from the point that it froze. So that is on me. Who wins this race off pit road? Mullins stayed out. He pitted. He actually pitted before the caution came out. Kemp will take tires only. Hunter will win the... well, he didn't win the race off pit road because he got beat by Kemp. I do want to see, where did the 11 get the boot? He got, if I could ever scroll up with all these notifications I'm getting. He got the boot. How did he end up where he was? Okay, let's see. This is the 11. This is after the caution came out for the stage. He ended up through the grass. Oh, okay. Let's go chase. I think I know what happened. I think he hit the apron first. And that got him loose already. Let's go chase view. Oh, that's so close. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It looks like he got barely tapped in the rear end, but he was basically already coming to start the caution flag already. So there's really no harm, no foul done in that. He might have lost like 1 or 2 positions. So he's not going to be too hurt from it at all. He's going to be completely fine. I'll tell you what, this is going to be one big fall though, but that's the first this is the first thrown caution for not a wreck. Daytona is known for wrecks. Need to pull up some race info here too. So Daytona is km, shouldn't be kilometers. It's a little bit over 2 miles. Let me change that from km to miles per hour. Yeah, I don't know why it's going to show that. There we go. It's putting it all. It had all of it in European style, but I don't know why. I don't want European stuff. There we go. It'll refresh here in a minute, but it's a little bit over 2 miles of a track. It's one of the crown jewels of NASCAR. If you can win here as a driver, it's like the biggest thing in the world, basically. For me, I don't really like Daytona. I know I said it. I don't like it. I'll defend it. I don't like super speedways in general. But if you can win this race, it's basically like, yeah, you're a legit driver. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. won it last year. He should have won it the year before, actually, really, too. Got turned by Hamilton, I want to say. Which Denny Hamlin turned somebody that is not surprising. AKA, he did it to Larson twice. That's Denny Hamlin for you. Kind of maybe the story of Mark Martin. He can't win a championship, but he can win a lot of races. All right, so there we go. I pinned that message. So y'all know if you do see that streaming, or that streaming, the buffering, that's not you, that is me on that end. This will be uploaded again for y'all to just check it. Race car pulls in here though. Mullins will lead them back to green, and green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. You can see they go past the start finish line of 7. Will keep the lead. 51 might have not done that bad of a strategy, deciding to stay out. Well, staying out in the sense of he stayed out when they went down pit road, but he pit on lap 19 or 18 instead of everybody else when they came down lap 22. We did not. Jenkins popped off on fuel after that, so. Seven and the 9 go back to lead. The 7 and the 9 have not been somebody who's surprising to see up there with each other. They've been up front since the start of the race. They qualified. The 7 qualified third. The 9 qualified second. So, not really that much of a surprise. These tracks can turn into, especially late in the race, they turn into track position games or track position races. You want to stay in front of the guys as long as you can. Really, too, if you stay in front of the guy at these tracks, too, especially, you can get out of the crap that happens in the back sometimes. When that happens, it is not fun. You can get caught up in stuff that you have nothing to do in, none of your doing, and you get absolutely destroyed. But these guys have been decently nice with each other. Not really done anything too ridiculous. Not seen anybody really lift the rear tires off the ground yet. To almost turn someone. I saw someone say Adam is a really good pusher. I have to have the race put up on my phone also to be able to read anything. You stream a lot, you have to make do with technology around you. I have three monitors and they're all being used by something. So it's pretty hard to deal with sometimes. As Jenkins, yeah, Jenkins has lost the draft. He is going to be on his own. He needs some help right now. Either somebody somehow gets back to him, or I don't really know. I mean, what do you do if you're him, though? I mean, you can't really do that much. You can't catch anybody because he's... Next closest car is 7/10 back. Well, if he gets within 7/10, I think they might be backing up to him or trying to get to him. When you are within 6/10 of a car, you get the draft of him. I mean, he's right on the edge, right on the edge. He's 4/10, still 4, pulling a little bit. He might be safe. Y'all can't see it, but I can. He's got this draft of the cars in front of him. He needs to get up to the bumper as soon as they can. 72 might have just got shucked out and left to dry up in the top line. The 21, a little bit of a new player. That's not that. That is the 21. Todd Cray, high IR driver too. May I say that? 4.8K. I was 4.1 at one point. I'm like 3.5 or something now. I haven't raced in a while. Back in the good old days. That 21's going to go to Lee's. Actually, he's going to hop down in front of the 7. You can get drafted. I'm not sure. I just read that. I don't think you can get draft that to a second back. A second's too far. The cars in iRacing, they don't... I know that the next gens, when you go more than 6/10 back, you're basically kind of dead at that point. You can't really do much. But these Xfinity cars may have a different, yeah, I was going to say the range is completely different. I knew it was different. I had a feeling it was. I was like, this is not normal. Yeah, but he's gotten back up. They've actually kind of caught up to the main pack, too. They're 33 laps in of 80. Not seen too many drastic moves. Every time I say drastic, I think of Jurassic Park. And I don't know why either. I don't know why. As I thought, I saw somebody shoot down. I thought someone almost got turned for a minute. I was gonna get a little bit close. We see some bailing out there. The 43. And those guys in the upper lane had to bail out the throttle because somebody didn't get going. Or they had to. Somebody was bailing out. It was in front of the 43. Yeah, they abandoned that top line. It may have been around the 19, possibly, where somebody had cracked the throttle and that stacked everybody else up. And then from there, it's just, hey, don't absolutely destroy me, please. I'd rather have a rear end. We can both have rear ends and we'll be fine. Just don't kill me, please. Is basically what you kind of have to ask at that point. Mats and Waters have gone. They've been the cream of the crop right now. They've risen to the top. They've not really had to deal with, honestly, anyone. Somebody's 3 wide the 93. He may have done that on his own. I'm not complete. He's in the wall. He's scraping the wall off here. He needs to get down. He needs to get out of the way, or he needs to stay up there. Actually, sorry. He may have just nicked the wall, and it just kept holding on to him, and he just decided to keep it on up there. Luckily, he didn't come back down into traffic. That's one thing that tends to happen sometimes, is they'll pull the wall, or they'll pull the car off the wall, and when they do that, it literally takes the whole entire car with them, or entire wall with them. Good Lord, let me speak. Entire wall with them. And it's a really fast movement that ends up too bad for a lot of people. It takes a lot of people out. I saw it happen. The 51, he's the odder man out. Is that correct English? I don't know if that's correct English. It may be. Odd man out? Odd? I don't know. Would that be the right English for this? I'm trying to think of the right English. Yeah, odd man out. It sounds, odder man sounds like a otter. As he has different fuel, but he did drop back a little bit in the draft. The best thing he could have done is when he pitted and came out is run just fast enough to where you know you're not going to get lapped. Don't run too slow to where you get lapped. It's harder to do than staying it, and they're stacking up behind him. As I don't think he's causing a ruckus behind him. I think they're just starting to move around a little bit more because they're getting close to halfway in the race now at this moment. The 51, 21, still in that bottom lane. The 96, haven't really talked much about him. He's been a kind of a quiet player really the whole entire night. He's not really been up front to a point. I wouldn't say he's done bad by any means. Not really had to say much about him. I need to set that to, yeah, let's leave it at negative 17, whatever. Close enough to that. Tell you what some of these guys see inboard on their cars. This is going to be cockpit view. This is exactly what the driver sees besides relative and maybe some people on the radio chatter. somebody is going to get turned here. They're stacking up a little bit more now. I keep hearing the throttles being cracked. And when that happens, it's not always a good sign. Really never want to hear that at all. But some guys, some people do it a little bit differently. Some people will drag the brakes, some people won't. Me, I'm kind of somebody who just runs half throttle and goes to crack it. So when you see the fire come out of those tailpipes, that is them getting off of the throttle, trying not to absolutely kill the dude in front of them. As long as they don't do that, then they're going to be completely fine. But I've saw people just not lift. Is just that's a little bit iffy there. The 96 was looking outside the 21 there for a second. I think he thought about it, and then he was like, I'm not going to do this right now. No point. Maybe later in the race. Maybe give him a little bit of a look, saying, hey, you know, I'm kind of here. I might make a move on you if I get a chance to, possibly. But right now, I'm not going to take it. It's not worth it. Thanks to you, all the 13 that are in here. Let's say thank you all for 1,000 subscribers. This channel's not even 2 years old yet, and we hit that. And I would have never thought that would have been possible. If we had a video that's gone somewhat viral too, the Lethal Company little blooper that I posted hit 1,000 views in 3 days. But we were at 1,022, and I wouldn't have thought that would have been possible ever. So, just not know. I did this as a hobby, and I'm in college, so if that tells you anything about how much time I have. I don't have much time, and y'all still come out and somewhat enjoy us talking into the microphone, calling these races for you. Honestly, that is sweet. But gosh, that drink mixtures like diabetic almost. Troy is out of the race. There's 2 Troys. Hate it. Hopefully I said that name right. I probably didn't. I suck at last names. I'm awful at them. He pulled off and he left. Probably maybe just to do something in real life. But if I had to be somebody, I'd probably want to be these guys back here. Why? Because they're out of the way. They're not near anybody. They're not going to get hit, hopefully. I said hopefully, so don't say, oh, you can't say that. 21 of the 9. So we've seen this pretty much the same contenders. The 7's fallen back just a little bit. Yes, good job. I messed up my YouTube. No, I didn't. Can you show the green law? You said green law. Yes, I can. I need to get something else. Wait for look at chat. Just for chat. So you asked for the green law card. That is the 2 in this race. This is what paint scheme's loading for me. This hopefully is the right paint scheme. May not be. Do you want, when you say show the car, do you want in-car stuff by that, Matt? Or do you want just kind of be focused on that car a little bit more? I can do in-car stuff for anybody if y'all just ask and want it. But the 96 is finding his way down to the bottom to shove the 21 out of line. 21 is going to have to find a spot in line. The 11 is going to be... oh, there we go. The 19 comes down into the 96. Here they go. They're going to somewhat save it, kind of. Not really. It's going to be a slow wreck at that, but it takes out some cars. That's the 89, 96, 91, 46 are all involved. That was a wreck and then another wreck. That's the... yeah, the 89 was up front earlier, too. Started with a door slam from the 19. I don't know if the 19 knew he was down there. 19 of Dwayne Hunt. And it looks like he... I don't know if the 19 knew he was down there. I mean, it looks like he almost didn't know. He was right down on him, hits him. 96 somewhat saves it. We'll go back to the 96. Where's he at? He almost saves it like twice. So it's loose there. 51 has nowhere to go. 51 hits him. 51 then gets loose, trying to come back down the track, coming in front of the 96. They almost wrecked behind him. Then the 96 finally gets turned. The 51 goes sliding across the track. That is the... I can't tell who that black and white car is. Oh, the 5 got a big piece of it. Gets in it. The 91 hits it pretty slow. 5 got decent damage from it. How is the 5's... he doesn't have one. Never mind. I take that back. I'm going to say, how's the 5's front end? Non-existent. Non-existent. You say you got to look at Hunter's in-car for that crash. I don't know how he didn't crash. I will go back and look at that then. So let's go back to... Gosh, if this will let me scroll. I've got so many notifications coming up. So the 90... Look at Hunter's. Hunter. Hunter, if it will pop it up. Here we go. It will go cockpit with him. They're in pit stops right now, but we're looking at the wreck happening. Oh, I don't know how he didn't crash. Well, he didn't crash to a certain extent, but I will say this. Oh, it's not as bad. It did buckle his... Yeah, his hood pins are broken. His hood's broken. But I think he can actually get most of that damage fixed. That 5 is not getting most of that fixed. Yeah, Hunter's in pit road. He's probably going to stay in pit road for a little bit. He hit the car in front of him, and it dented the hood. See if I can actually see him fixing it right now. It looks like it's pretty much fixed. He should be fine. Yeah, don't speak too soon. He thought he got out of it, but he didn't. Too soon. Too soon. That's one of the things where you just have nowhere to go. Gosh, that, like drink mixes. Good lord, it's like it's literally diabetes almost. You need to put more water in it. I just need to drink more water later. Tell you what, ask you all a question. What is the temperatures where you all are? It's been, like, in the negatives where I live. I actually smoked a cement guardrail with my car on Friday. So I got to get that fixed. Hopefully they don't total my car. Because I will be one mad person. I will not be too happy. We'll see probably fire come from my nose. I hit an ice patch going to class. And long story short, I didn't turn. Wondering why I didn't turn. Figured out why I didn't turn. Because there's ice. Straight up. Lucky the cement guardrail was there, though. Because if I didn't hit that, I was going in a ditch. Right up in a ditch. I was going to say. So it was -6. It was... Is that below freezing? Because we were... I know tonight, or last night, we were 1 degrees this morning. The high was like 15 today. So, yeah, it sucked. But I know these guys have probably been, if they've been sheltered in here during snow, they probably got some more iRacing in. One thing you can always do iRacing. If you're stuck at home, you can do iRacing. If you're bored, iRacing. Your marriage fell apart, iRacing. Just kidding, you probably want to fix that. But that's a little bit past halfway, 48 laps into the 80-lap race. We've had one manual caution be thrown, and then the second caution for an actual wreck. So really only one real caution. But Matt's... What a surprise, he's up here. And is that Jenkins is the 3? Yes, the Jenkins is the 3 car. Jenkins is stamped the 3 car. He's the 33 in the race. Pace car pulls off here, though. I drank too much water. or flavored water. Tartar has the flag in his hand, and green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Oh, we got somebody. Oh my gosh, somebody just smoked that wall, and I'm not sure who it was, but whoever did just destroyed it. I have to go back and look whenever we get a break, but that was, like, I remember lap 50. I don't know who that was that hit it, but whoever did, I mean, they absolutely walloped the wall. They took it down with them. Made sure of that. I'm not sure who it was that hit it, but whoever it was hit that hard, and I mean super hard. Good Lord. I mean, that was vicious. Super, super vicious. We got somebody else is around. I can hear it. Yeah, somebody else is in the inside. That's the 84. We got 50 and then 51 to look at. What in the world is going on? I'm going to wait to do that because we're going to stay up here because, heck, the way it is right now, we might see another wreck up here. I mean, I want to put it past them. Why are those overlapping each other? That should not be happening. Let me fix this for y'all real quick. One of these logos is wanting to overlap. Oh, wait. I think I know what I did. Yep, I'm not too bright. I figured it out now. That should be it. Oh, wait, it's not the one that I fixed. I now realize it's the one that was messed up that I didn't save. Hopefully, it won't be noticed from y'all. Y'all don't have that keen of an eye. Nah, no way. No way y'all have that keen of an eye to see the mistake that I can see. It's gonna drive me nuts, though, just me knowing that it's there, it's gonna be ridiculous. Three is gonna go, it's like from the top lane to the bottom lane. I almost thought he was making a evasive maneuver. I don't know why he shot down that quickly. That was a pretty, not aggressive move, but it was like hey, I'm going to come down here. You better be ready for me. I'm making the move either way. Didn't care. Not showing the, yep. Exactly what I thought it would do. Hopefully that will be fixed, though. I just can't have it overlapping on one of them. However, they've calmed down a little bit now that we've saw two cars basically commit almost suicide, it seems. They came out from literally nowhere, nailed the wall, and then just adios, left after that. 220, not 250. What in the world? Go to 2. That should do something too. And we got the 3. Uh-oh, there we go. He's stacking up, and there's going to be a second wreck behind. I think he just got loose out of nowhere. Stepped out on him, and that brings out the second actual caution. I think the 3. Yeah, it just looks like he just got loose. The 33 of Mark Jenkins. Got into the 21 outside. Went down on the apron, came back up the track. 46 was there. And the 46 hit the 11. The 3 came back down. The 15 was there. 50 couldn't do anything. The 25 couldn't do anything. The 2 couldn't do anything. And they all got involved in that little accident. Now, we're going to go back and see, not this lap, but lap 50, lap 50 and then 51. Troy Radford. How in the world did he end up? Oh, he just nicked the car. Oh, gosh. He nicked the car on the outside. And he blew up immediately. That's what shot him down the track. He pushed in the clutch and hopefully rolled to his pit box in time. And Cop wrecked on... Oh, he checked it for something that was going to happen and then got plowed and smacked the rear end of the car. That damaged it pretty hard. I think he's actually still here, too. He could get some damage fixed. What he's really hoping for is put that bumper back on. But really, he needs that bumper more than anything else. It's really NASCAR. They wouldn't let him race. But this is really the first caution that they've had, so we'll take our only commercial break here. That will be side by side also. Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. as we are back here with it'll be 23 laps left when they take the green flag. Have we seen the end of the wrecks? Who knows? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends. It's really not honestly been that many wrecks. They've been decently calm through the whole entire race. I said that, they're going to throw that out the window now. But who cares? I have royally screwed up something on these logos. What in the world is going on with them? Pace car pulls in here, though, and starter has the flag in his hand, and green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. Adam Matz will get the lead back here. Not really that much of a surprise, if we're being honest with you. He was doing really good early in the race too, so kind of expected it from him to be up front. He's 72, however, it's kind of a newer driver to the front. He really wasn't, that's kind of something mean. He really wasn't up front most of the race, but then he just kind of popped up here. He's just been going from this point on, not done a bad job. Been quiet. Sometimes it pays to be quiet. Sometimes if you just kind of just realize, hey, there's not really much that needs to be done. Nitro and what else is overlapping? One of the nitros. That's what I gotta remember. Nitro and Realty. I will make sure to note that at 04. And a caution is out, as we have the 09 is around. That was towards the back of the field. No, the 33 got him. Spun him around. Luckily, he didn't really hit anything, so he should be basically completely fine. I think he's going to really have to worry about any damage to the car. He maybe has like 40 seconds of optional, if I had to guess, if that. We'll see. Will these guys come down pit road? And it looks like the answer is kind of almost no, which is not a... I kind of do the same thing too. I wouldn't really think about coming down pit road. No need for it. 5. So how do you split it between 9? That's gonna be weird. Split 100% between 9. Math is not gonna math. That's gonna probably 11. Great. Good job, me. Made it more difficult for myself. Funny joke, man. Going to try to fix these logos at the same time, because they're gonna drive me nuts if I don't get them fixed. So I'm gonna try to fix these really quickly for you all. 12, 13, so I'll take it to 24. 25. 25, 2. And one thing too, these guys have been actually pretty good about giving each other room. They've not been crowding each other. Some races, you'll see people crowd each other. They just don't want to give each other anything, and you don't have to. But don't expect, or don't be surprised when you go off somebody's front bumper. I'm not the person who will do that. That'll be somebody else that does that. And it's just, that's how it goes. 60 to 61. That's what it was. One of those numbers right there was wrong. But, yeah, these guys will stay out. We did have kind of a split decision on pit road. Some guys towards the back came in. This could really just be for fuel only, possibly. I don't really see too much of an advantage, even if you do pit for fuel. I mean, if you're close to the end, guys, what are these guys' fuel loads, actually? Good to know. What are their fuel loads? 85. 5. Crap. Whatever. I did this as good as I could. That just made it even worse. Well, let's not do that. We will just load this back up. So you'll see it freeze for a second. Yeah, don't mind that. I made that even worse than what it actually was. That looks god-awful. So we'll take that off the screen there for just a second. Yeah, that did not go too well or anything at all. That looked absolutely horrible. So I tried to fix that, and it just bunched them all together. But we did have some guys. The 89, he didn't have... Did he not have a bumper? I don't think he had a bumper earlier on. I don't think he did. Did he have... No, he didn't have a bumper earlier on. He was barren of one earlier. Not of his doing. He got hit in the rear end. No, wait. He got involved in a wreck. That wasn't of his doing. I'll just leave it at that. I will get help from SDK later. It seems like if I put 1 to 9, that's when it messes up. Yeah, it's going over the Buttkicker one, so that's the issue that I've got. I will get that fixed. But they have lined up here, 2x2, so it'll be 17 laps left when they get the green flag. 93, he was up here earlier. He was actually scrubbing the wall off. So he's managed to find his way back up to the front. He's done a pretty decent job of staying competitive. He qualified 15th, too. And I'm somebody at these tracks that if you, I don't think qualifying here really matters that much. Because you can go to the front to the back in the matter of a second at this track. Someone say, let's go Todd Cray. Todd's not been doing bad. He's been up here too. A little bit quieter than everybody else, but sometimes being quiet isn't bad at all. He's just, just kind of there, waiting for a mistake to happen, then capitalize on it. Two Chevys leading the way. You got Chevy, Ford, Chevy. A lot of Chevys up front. They got Toyota up there. That's my bad. But green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. These guys go around. Looks like the 93 is trying to block. The 9 goes down to the bottom and steadies. doesn't want to stay behind him, has to hop up in front of the 72, and he kind of gets that top line jumbled up a little bit. Gets them somewhat stacked up, but they keep it going. Luckily, they don't destroy each other yet. Do that later in the race. Later as in, last lap. They're 3 wide now. 21 is in the middle. The 93 is getting close to quarter panel. There he goes up in the wall. And there's another wreck here. The 93 down into the 21, the 10 into the 43. That brings out, that's the third caution, the 19, and somebody else was involved in it. They get the 96. It was an innocent bystander. Thought they were 3 wide going to the start-finish line. They've been 3 wide for not too long. 19 put him 3 wide, went for the spot, and right there is where it was. The 93 came down into the 9. That sent him up into everybody else, and it was on from there. The 43 was in it. And they're just wrecking from that point on. The 96 almost made it through. He got taken out very last second. I mean, very last second. That's one of the most frustrating things is as the Saulner jump to pits. Yeah, what are they doing? Sometimes, cars see green flag. Green flag mean go. And then brain go out window. We don't, drivers sometimes don't think, aka me, because I race. I haven't raced in like 4 weeks, though. So I've been waiting for my wheel to come in, and I finally got it. Put it on today. Tried it. Tell you what, it feels weird. Not used to it. We will probably not see anyone up front come in. They'll be saving fuel. Should give them roughly 11 laps to go. I think 11 laps to go. I'm probably wrong, but I think I'm close to it. I think I'm pretty close to that. So yeah, these guys back here were involved in the wreck. One thing that these guys are doing is getting as much damage fixed as possible. If they see your... One thing about super speedway is if you have any damage, it's going to be multiplied because of the aero need, which is absolutely insane. But if you can get it fixed, you can get about a minute, not a minute, about a minute, close to 2 minutes, I'd say, at most tracks, at most super speedways, sorry, fixed in 1 lap before you have to take off again. So that's when you need to do it. Do not do it under green unless you absolutely have to, because you're going to lose a lap. How fast everybody else is going. As car, seeing if anybody else said anything in chat. I can't see if people say things in chat unless I go over to that screen, that browser that I have pulled up. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes of streaming that you guys don't see. I mean a lot. Have to have a pretty beefy PC. I've got it streaming and recording at the same time. I'm basically almost maxed out on my video encode. My 3D is at 93%. Luckily, this PC is overclocked, so it's being pushed to its limits. That's for dang sure. I'm not giving it any time off. And, if you're going to do this, always get water-cooled stuff. Do not get stuff that isn't water-cooled because you will regret it. Very much. Why? Because you just will. Trust me. You will regret it. See, lights do go off on the pace truck. Matt and Waters, though Hunter has made his way back up here. After, I believe he broke his hood pins on his hood. That's what it looked like it happened. Because he still had a front end, but I could see he had hood damage. So I think he hit it to where it just kind of broke the hood pins on it. That is very sweet. I don't know if y'all knew, but they had the Daytona of 24 hours. Hunter was asking if his car's okay. It looks fine now. I don't see any damage on it. I mean, it looks literally like it rolled off the start-finish line. I don't see any damage visible on that car. I mean, a little bit on the right side, but that's probably damage that can't be fixed. I mean, and it even at that, that's barely anything. I mean, he's barely got any damage on that side of the car. So, I wouldn't be too worried. See, a lot of people single file knows these guys back here would want to caution so they can get more of their damage fixed. But starter has the flag in his hand. And green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. As they're wrecking as they get the green flag in the very back, I don't think a caution will be thrown. It will not. That was the 89. Somebody else. See the 9, the 51, the 72 have all fallen back in line. Top line has basically no help. Benefield and Patrick are out of the race. The 96 needs some help. He's got nobody behind him, though. Top line really doesn't have, honestly, anybody else to go and help them. If they can get somebody up there, they'll be happy with it. I don't see it happening. They're going to need it very quickly. They want any chance of it. 75, he decided to hop up there instead. He says, hey, let me try my hand at it. As the 51 decides to do it also. All right, these guys, I wouldn't start side drafting yet. And there they go. Outside wall, the 72 and the 51. As they scatter through the infield, the 72 is destroyed. That front end is basically broken. Just talking about side drafting. Was this side drafting? I don't know. I don't think he realized he was out there. Chase view. Far chase. That is the 72 coming up, and that is netcode. Nothing that the 52 did wrong there. See some of these guys go sliding sideways through the infield. Luckily, most of them. Oh, this 46. You better be lucky, bud. Avoid most of that. 46 was looking to clobber that wall. It's about to be horrible. That's when you're just holding the brakes and saying, well, I'm hoping it stops. And if it doesn't, RIP. Gosh, this is just ridiculous. It's so sweet. The 91, I have not talked about him at all. I've not really noticed him up here, but pit stops from the 51. Yes, definitely. Did the 7 get damage in that? I can't tell it. Anything it's... Nah, I don't think he did. I wouldn't pit. Most of those guys behind him did a pretty good job. I know some guys... 96 needed this caution because he got sent through the grass. 96, yeah, I think it was. They're probably going to try to put the bumper back on the car. That'd be the best option for it. Which in reality, if this was actually NASCAR, they wouldn't let you go back out there. They say, hey, you got to pull it in. You can't go out there without a bumper cover. Why is the bumper cover needed? No idea. Maybe to make it look good. I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how many content. Wow. Oh my gosh. Not subscribed. 399. Wow. But Matt's, he's been basically up front the whole entire night at this point. He's not had to deal with much. Qualified on the pole. He's sitting where he qualified now, so sitting where he qualified. That's all I'm gonna say. View duration. See if flights should go off. So if they go off this time, I think they should this time by. And they do, so it'll be 5 laps left here. Again, this league is sponsored by Nitro Racing, Buttkicker, Sim Speed Shop, Custom Paints and Diecast on Facebook, Realty Executives, Mint Mortgage, Real Assist, Northland Leisure Products, and Sim Racer Hub. I never heard of... Actually, no, I've heard of most of them. Mint Mortgage is for houses, correct? Evidently, that's somebody's company that they own. I just swore I've heard that company before somewhere else. I just don't know where. I know of Sim Speed Shop. I probably saw multiple cars with that. And we do have somebody who said something in the Discord. Holy crap. I'm looking at a guy's RC setup, and I say RC, I mean race control. He has 3 monitors. So he has 4 monitors, a separate iRacing account, 2 2 of the screens are running iRace, so he's got 2 different PCs. He's got 5. He's got a tablet on his desk. That is a dedicated RC. Is a dedicated race control there. Extremely. Wow. Okay. Pace car will pull in here, though. Starter will have the flag in his hand. 5 more laps here around Daytona. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway here. Oh, we got somebody on the outside wall. That looks like that might be the Dr. Pepper machine, as that is the number 2 of Joshua Greenlaw. Hard into the outside wall, collects a 19 and the 21 involved. And the 21 is absolutely toast. He immediately toes. That is more than the 3rd caution tonight. Looks like that may be a separate netcode incident. They both coming down. Yeah, then at that point, that right there is netcode. 21, God, he hit that wall hard. 21 did. And then the 2 backs down the track because he can't hold. He can't. There's nothing to do. He blows up immediately. The 19, I think he blows up immediately. Is he blown up? I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, he's toast. They both have to tow pit road. Puts the 15 in the lead. We hadn't saw him up here. Sam goes off. Race control. He's a great admin. I was in their league last season. Oh, I did not know that. Like, finding out some stuff about leagues. I don't run league races. Funny story. Last league I ran in, I got banned from. Was it because of me saying something? Nope. It was because of my driving. Apparently, I was wall riding. And I came in and I was absolutely destroying everybody in this league. They found a bullcrap way to black flag me, and I wasn't happy about it. I didn't wreck anybody, didn't anything about it. I definitely complained about it because it was horrible. I mean, when the broadcasters don't even know what they're talking about, when you get black flagged, then yeah, that's kind of bad. But I posted the clip on Reddit. The clip on Reddit blew up, had like at least 100,000 views in like 2 days. And it got removed. I got banned from that league. Yeah, it was fun. They rebranded to a different name. I don't even know what their name is now, and I really could care less, to be honest with you. Whatever they do is up to them now. See what, I might need to race Darlington. I need to race Darlington in the fixed. I'm not paying for a open setup this close to resetting. We're moving on to a new week, but while these guys under caution, though, we'll roll our second commercial break. However, it will not really be, that long, because they should turn the lights off here at this time by. Ghost Racing Network now has merch. Go to grnmerch.com to browse our selections from stickers to custom-made by request hoodies and shirts. If you've ever wanted to support Ghost Racing Network outside of YouTube, here's your chance. Ghost Racing Network, for the scary side of iRacing. So I have to cut that one a little bit short there because the pace car has pulled in here. Starter will have the flag in his hand, and green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here. The 7, who was involved in a wreck earlier, has a chance to win it if he can get to the outside of the 15. Will the 9 go with him? It looks like he may decide to do that. And a matter of fact, he will. But the 15 has help from the 91. That's a Ford. The Ford has the advantage on these super speedways with that super flat nose. They can shove really hard. The 84 has somehow magically had a rear bumper put back on that car. He's almost looked like it was when it rolled off the start-finish line, as we got somebody who looks like they stack up in the back. That's the 10, goes a little bit wide, but he stays out of the way from everybody else. Hunter has a shove from Adam. They've got Johnson on the bottom. They hop it down in front of him. Kemp is the third car, actually fourth car. Right now, he's the first car in that top line. 91, however, has help from the 75. This top line really not getting lined up. They have the 09, 89, who was involved in a wreck earlier with a pretty hard hit with the 11 behind him. The 47 coming along also. Sorry, 46 is back there with him. Hunter getting the shove from Adam, Garrett, and Levi bringing up the rear. The 09 looks to the outside. The 50 or the 91 door slams him for a little bit. Doesn't realize that he's out there. Probably the 15 staying in line. When is he going to make his move? He's going to make it. He's has to make it before the 91 gets boxed in. I'm going to go down the back stretch. No movement yet. Hunter and Adam. If Adam's going to make a move, it's going to be off turn 4. He's going to try to get a slingshot around, and if the 7 can back up to him and slow him down or mess up that slingshot, that might be his race to lose. Again, he had damage earlier. Will that damage come back and haunt him here out of turn 4? The 7 and the 9. The 9's going to look high. The 7's going to try to go up block. Side draft here coming from the 7 and the 9. It's going to be down to the line, and it's going to be door banging here, and it will be the 9 of Adam Watt. Hunter Waters comes second, and Levi Poland comes third. Adam Matz. Sorry, I might have said Watts. I'd say Adam Matz. See how I sounded back there. Watch him do his burnout here. Like he's going to call that the end of his burnout there. Well, the finishing order will bring in the top 3. Let me grab them all in here. Levi, Hunter Waters, and Adam Matz. And we will begin with the third place driver, Levi Poland. Hey, Levi, this is Bryson Booth. Have a copy, man?
Yes, sir.
Man, so you come home third there. You fall just a little bit short, but, you know, how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
The race was going pretty good. I was having some fun just riding, and then a bunch of accidents happened. Got a little bit of damage there. Finally got that fixed and missed the big one there near the end, and just happened to hug the bottom as much as I could up until the last lap.
So what was going through your head, you know, that final lap there, knowing that you had a chance to, you know, possibly win it?
I was just hoping the guys on the outside behind me was getting the run and to pull up in front of them at the right time so I could get the momentum.
You know, so, yeah, were you pretty much just waiting for one of them to just wreck each other at that point?
Yeah, I didn't think I really had a chance to win because I had quite a bit of damage, so I was just hoping somebody else would.
I was gonna say no. How does the damage affect these Xfinity cars? Because I haven't driven them in a pretty long time.
Not as much as I thought they would. I don't drive them enough myself, but as tonight it didn't affect as much as I thought it would.
Right, man, well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
No, I just want to thank you guys for putting the show on, and thank you to the league for everything they do.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good third place finish tonight, though, man.
Thank you.
Levi Poland, the third place driver. We will bring in the second place driver, Hunter Waters. Hey, Hunter, this is Bryce in the booth. Have a copy, man.
Hey, Bryce. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
And so you come home second, you fall just a little bit short. What was going through your head that final lap, and especially going into turn 3 there, knowing that Adam was just waiting to make his move on you?
Yeah, man. I mean, just exactly that. I knew he was going to. It was really tough for me to see what was going on behind me. I didn't have any teammates up and left in the race at that point, so couldn't really tell what was going on behind the second place car. So, really, honestly, hoping for. I think it was the 15 was in third at that point. Was hoping he would get a run on Adam out of four just to kind of drag him back and give me the opportunity to play a little bit better defense. But me and Adam, we've raced together a long time. I like him a lot, so that's what I told him. I was like, I had to hit you, but not too hard, but hard enough, hopefully. But no, congratulations to him. He definitely deserves it. There was a lot of chaos, I think, in the second half of that. So for me and him to still be there, I think, we were lucky enough for that, especially just to come home first and second. I'm never going to be too upset.
I was gonna say I was waiting for it. So how did the race go for you overall? I mean, evidently it didn't go too bad because you were battling there for the win. But did you have to go through some adversity? Because it seemed like you did get involved in a little bit of an incident earlier that luckily didn't give you too much damage.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I went back and watched it on the replay. I think it was the incident involving the 19 coming down in turn three. The car in front of me, like I tried checking up. I thought that everything was clearing out a little bit. The wreck just kept happening. I kind of hit the apron, lost braking ability, bumped into the 96, and I mean, I did not think it was hard contact whatsoever, but on my screen, like in the driver view, the hood was like flapping up and down like it was just totally busted. So I went to the pits, had about a minute and 20 seconds worth of damage, and really at that point, just trying to, get the track position and everything. Honestly, it may have saved me with some of the chaos that happened with the cars and the different strategies, everything. Some of the guys, not taking tires or two tires, getting up front. I think that there was some interesting, maybe it was grip issues, but people able to work together and stay in a tight line was, it was interesting there for a little bit, to say the least.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, man. Obviously, shout out Adam. Congratulations to him. Definitely a big one to come on at the first race of the season. That's exactly how you want to start it. Shout out Hunter's Fried Pickle. Shout out Law Chevrolet, Boonville, Indiana. If you need a car, call us, buy one. Shout out you guys up in the booth. I'm really excited to have you guys come on. I was watching some of your broadcasts in some different leagues, so just seeing the quality work there. Shout out to Sam Maxwell, Jordan Berry, running a great league here. Just happy to be a part of it and looking forward for the rest of the season.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job tonight, man.
Thank you, brother.
It was Hunter Waters, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner in Adam Matz. Hey, Adam, this is Bryson Booth. Have a copy, man.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, so you come home with the win there. What was going through your head going into 3 and 4? Because I knew you were waiting to make your move there on Hunter.
Yeah, no, I was trying to push Hunter as hard as I possibly could, try to get us a little bit of a breathing room there, and then, juke to the outside and hope I'd have enough momentum and nobody behind us would get a run. And he did exactly what he should have done. He, tried to squeeze me and block me, which is completely understandable. So I can't believe I won because when I crossed the line, it showed me second, and then it like clicked over like a little bit later, and they're like, so that was wild.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was looking at it, and I honestly thought that you might have lost to him because it was so close. I mean, it was the difference between you and him was .016. It was that close of a finish between you and him, and I knew it was gonna be down to the wire. But how did the race go for you overall though? Because I mean, evidently you qualified on the pole and you finished with the race win here.
Yeah, no, they couldn't have went any better. I honestly am kind of shocked that it went as good as it did. I'm surprised I didn't get caught up in any of the incidents. I was close. I got doored. I'm not sure what happened with Pat, but I felt somebody in hit the door, and I almost got turned to the outside wall. I don't know how I saved that. So it was a nervous race for sure, but it went pretty darn good. I feel like I led a lot of laps, and I couldn't ask for better. So I'm pretty happy.
And so you start the season off with the win. You know, how does that kind of set the tone for the rest of the season for you?
Yeah, to be honest, I was kind of nervous about the Xfinity car because last season, or well, last year when they did the Xfinity car, I struggled honestly and didn't do so well. So this is kind of a relief. Hopefully we'll do better this season. But yeah, I struggled with this car in the past for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't have it figured out like some other guys do.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Just shout out to my teammates, Jerry, Dwayne, and Ray. They all got up front at different points in the race. It's a bummer they all got wiped out at some point or another, got in some crashes. So I wish they would have got better finishes. But we practiced together a lot, and yeah, it's been great to work with them on that. And then yeah, otherwise, thanks for doing the broadcast and everything. It's a whole new season, whole new deal. So it's pretty exciting.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job tonight, man.
All right, thanks.
That was Adam Matz, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order here now. Adam Matz first, Hunter Waters second, third, Levi Poland fourth, Garrett Johnson fifth, William Kempf sixth, Chuck Sweeting seventh, Matthew Kopp eighth, Ray Polking ninth, Jeff Yanesh 10th, Tyler Seville 11th, Kevin Dick. Might be Kevin Dick. 12th, Larry Brunner. 13th, Jesse Bennell. 14th, Richard Fletcher. 15th, Jason Mullins. 16th, Dwayne Hunt. 17th, Joshua Greenlaw. 18th, Todd Cray. 19th, we'll go down to the bottom, Jerry Cochran. 22nd or 20th, Patrick DeSaulner. 21st, Gary May. 22nd, Adam Benefield. 23rd, Mark Jenkins. 24th, Troy Radford. 25th, Troy Hated. And 26 was Logan Stover. Not a bad race overall, though. Definitely a good start to the league. Again, I'm sorry for the internet issues at the start. This race has been recorded, so once the stream ends, it's going to take a little bit to, like, maybe a minute to encode the whole video, and I'll start uploading it because this caught everything without any frame drops, so I'll have that up there again. That was my fault. Cold does not work out very well for anybody, especially my car. RIP, hopefully it's not totaled. I didn't hit anything that hard, but I will let you all go because it is getting pretty dang late here at Virginia.